1940.
Hi, America.
Hi, America.
Welcome to Angel and the Wiz.
Merry Christmas.
Almost.
Almost. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. This week we have. I wanted to put this on before we got to the Christmas season. This week's. I didn't even tell you last week what the song was, but then I completely forgot.
They'll figure it out.
This week, the song is "The Gray Wizard of Mine." For those of you who are
following us,
that have been following us, know about this song. This is the whole story where everything came from. It's really, really fun. So that's at the end of the show this week. And then for the rest of the year and to the beginning of next year, we're going to have holiday music at the end of the show. I have this thing called A Very Merry Christmas. And we did it with, Christmas trees and all this. It's nice. But then there's standard Christmas songs, so you don't have to worry about me so much. So how's things, Princess? Do you like Christmas? Do you like holidays?
I love Christmas, but I have a hard time. I only celebrate one holiday at a time. So
we're preparing for Thanksgiving.
So yeah, we're taping before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I haven't. My tree doesn't go up until the weekend. My tree goes up Thanksgiving weekend, but for me, the Christmas season doesn't really start until Santa comes down. On
the chimney?
No, until Santa comes down in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh, I got you. Sure. Good for you. Yes.
That's at noon on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Starts the Christmas season.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I love Christmas. It's a time of year.
Like some people have their trees up and houses decorated, and I'm like, I can't. It's too early.
In the 80s, we had a job where you had to call every single week to get paid. If you didn't call, you didn't get paid. So when you got around Christmas, that's scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I reached a point where I said, I am not going to let this affect my Christmas. We put the tree up. It stayed up for the rest of the time we had the job, which was 8 years. The tree never came down. In July, we would vacuum it and put it back up. Okay, I was not going to be held hostage to getting that check, which we needed, to survive. So I miss that. I could have the tree up year round. I would never take the tree down if it was up to me. If I had a big enough house, I'd have that tree in a room. It would never come down. You could always just walk in there. It'd be the studio too. But anyway, it's so.
Yeah.
But I just love Christmas because it's a time when we try to be better, than we are.
Here's my thing though: is you shouldn't try to be better only at Christmas.
No, you shouldn't try to be better.
You know what I mean?
But people are not as aware of it.
Yeah, people are so. I just find sometimes I think something like the Christmas holiday tends to be a bit on the hypocritical side. For the season, everyone's all giving and caring and sharing and loving and helping all the people in need all over the world.
January 2nd, death.
Yes, but that's true. And it's so.
That's because they've had all that time of being good and they can't stand it anymore.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
It really Yeah, and this year I have a little bit different attitude because I'm not going home for the holidays like I have in the past because of the financial situation. I can't.
Okay.
So
you've already done 2 trips. You went to Hawaii. You went back to Chicago.
Well, yeah. Well.
I mean, it gets expensive.
Because of but because of my new financial situation of loss of income.
Right.
I just can't do it.
Right.
Excuse me. So.
Did they resolve the bankruptcy yet?
It's probably being resolved as this is airing.
Okay, good.
So,
okay, well, let's just.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that work out for you because that's tough, Princess. So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Well, one of the things is it's like people associate church with Sunday. Okay, well, and people associate being better with Christmas, and that's just how it is. The thing that's good about it is at least we have this period when we try to be better, okay? And what I like to believe is that different folks expand that time, not everybody. What I hope is that each year there's a few more that it gets deeper into the year. Now I'm a perennial Christmas person. I try to be nice year round. I mean, listen, if we had had a different president, we would never have talked about politics this whole year. It would have never come up. The reason
we would have had some really boring shows, though.
No, we would have talked about other things. It would have been fine. But you know, because it's.
Well, I think that any type of, I think any type of major political race
brings up conversation.
Conversation, yeah.
Well, all I know is that I try to be a good and nice person. I was watching a movie today, and there was one of the characters in it always tried, to be better, to do good, to help the other person. It's called The Bishop's Wife. It's a beautiful film with Cary Grant and Loretta Young. I think it was made in '47, and David Niven. Older film, but a beautiful film. And that's how I am. I smile at people. That's why I got in that training thing, because of the way I am. I'm that way all the time. And the point that I was trying to make about politics is if this gentleman had different policies, it would have never come up, and people wouldn't have seen that side. It might be there latent, but it would never have surfaced, because really I try to greet people with a smile. I try to, because life is, you never know what anybody's going through. We deal with, both Angel and I, we work in areas that you deal with a lot of people. And and the thing is, you never know what they're going through their lives when you meet them.
No, you don't.
So you might bump into somebody that's having, they could have just gotten promoted, they could have just gotten fired, they could have just lost somebody in their life, they could be just get married, they just had a kid, whatever. So you don't know what state of mind they're in, and that sometimes has them act differently than you might want them to.
Oh yeah, that happens. That even happens with me as a teacher when you have to call parents because you're calling a house and you don't know.
Oh, right.
What you really don't know what situations are at home. And I called one house and I had a parent tell me all about this relative that's really sick, and I'm like, and all I wanted to do is I just want to talk to your child,
Right.
But you still they I think just. Sometimes they just need to talk to somebody. And I end up being that I have that voice.
Person.
I have that voice on the phone.
Right.
That
people feel they can talk to you.
Yeah, that they could talk to me, and there's that added security that they're a stranger,
Right.
and that you don't have to see them.
Right.
Because it's one thing to have to tell friends or family members, because then they always give you some sort of unsolicited advice about how to handle or what to do, or some sort of personal experience, and for me, I'm like, you
don't need that.
Yeah, well, when I call and I hear these stories, and I'm just thinking to myself, in the background, what you don't see is, sometimes I even have my microphone muted because they just talk for 5-10 minutes, and I'm typing on the computer, and I'm
doing other things,
and
I mean, you're listening to them, but you're doing other things.
Hearing them, not really listening.
Gotcha.
And you say after every couple minutes, okay, well, everything will work out for the best, I'm sure.
Right.
By the way, is so and so available to speak to?
Right.
And I'm rolling my eyes like,
right.
But I'm sure I do the same thing to people too.
Well,
I've had some good conversations with telemarketers.
Really? Oh, those poor people. That's what I say. Tina could do 20 minutes to a wrong number. I mean, I can see, sometimes I walk by the phone and I can hear the person on the other end, please, lady, let me go. I gotta leave. I gotta be, I get paid by the hour. Whatever.
Yeah.
But because Tina can talk. She's a phone, she can talk. When she talks to her mother, she talks to anybody in the family, she's going for an hour, at least an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, now, I guess I can do that sometimes, but that's not really me so much. Well,
so yeah, I'm getting ready for the holidays.
Okay.
I'll probably be watching my niece and nephew this weekend, December 6th, 8th, 9th.
Right.
Whatever that is. No, I'll take that back. The following week.
And our city people, they get to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade up close and personal.
I've seen it up close and personal.
Have you been there? I've been there.
Yeah, twice.
Tina and I used to go when I lived in Glen Cove on Long Island. Used to drive in, and now let me tell you something. It's usually chilly on Thanksgiving Day, all right?
It's so cold.
Okay? And you're standing there and you wait. Now, what you do to get a good spot is you go in as early as you can comfortably, and then you stand there and wait for some dopey lady with a kid and a thing to stand in front of you no matter where you are. Okay? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's like that person that gets in front of you when you're in a rush in the car and somebody has called ahead and told them, get out there in front of you and go as slow as you possibly can. You have nowhere to go. You have no time to be there. Well, no matter where you watch Thanksgiving Day Parade, there's some lady with a kid in one of them push-around carriages, and it don't matter where you stand, she's in front of you. You could be in the front row, off the curb. Oh, no, I have to, I'm going to go. You know what I mean? Lady, why do you think I got here early? Because I want to see it. I came here for myself. I did not come here to save the spot for you. They don't care. They're here with their kids.
I saw it one time from the Times Square area.
Right.
But I caught the last half of the parade. I didn't see the whole thing. But then the second time, I had an opportunity. My friend, who was from the New York area, knew somebody who was one of the balloon handlers in the parade, and those people get VIP passes to sit in the stands areas.
Oh, that must be cool.
Now, like, so for us, it was like the stands areas in Macy's. Now, what you see behind the cameras are executives of the stores and relatives of the performers and whatnot are in the VIP behind the camera, or where the cameras.
You guys get to see the back of everything.
We were actually around the corner, so we saw the camera that shoots when you're standing at Macy's, the one that shoots from the left down. Right. And so then you turn that corner, and we were on those stands. So we saw as everything turned the corner. Oh, cool. And then it went down like 2 blocks, and everyone got out, and there was like the limo line parked for all the VIPs. Right. And, it was pretty cool. Wow. That we had to get there early for because the way that they said that we had to get checked in, and we got tubes, and so you wave it when Santa comes, and you do this when it opens, and so it was really fun.
When I was doing the when we lived closer, and I had my press pass then, we would go down the night before, and we would shoot and show the balloons blowing up and all that stuff. It was really, really cool. Pardon me.
I cried when the Sesame Street float came by. I don't know why, I just cried.
Well, because some you grew up with. Right, so you grew up with that.
People are like,
it started at a time when I was already older. Pardon me. Okay, it's 13 minutes. We have to get out at 19.
I'm gonna make my own. Well, I'm not making. The weekend I'm watching. There's a night sometime this week or next week that I'll be watching my niece and nephew. Okay. I try to do it once a month so my sister and brother-in-law can have a date night. We're gonna make gingerbread houses.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very
First time making a gingerbread house ever, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I got the kit. I should say I got a kit.
Yeah, you got it's got the walls and the roof and all that stuff, and you got the icing and
just
put the candies on. We've done that.
Yeah, it's gonna be messy though, I'm sure. A 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Well, you know.
Who, by the way?
Don't let them do the white icing. You do the white icing. Let them put the stuff in the icing. You do the icing. That's like cement.
Icing, yeah. You can't eat that, can you?
Yeah, every tool edible, everything.
Okay, good. My niece, who's 4, she goes, can I have my birthday at your house? And I'm looking at her, I'm like, what? And she goes, can I have my birthday at your house? And I said, why? And she goes, because I like your cats.
Oh, that's sweet.
I said, okay. And she goes, well, except Gato. And I said, what? And she goes, I don't like Gato. And I said, okay. And she says to me, but don't tell him.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm like, don't tell Gato what?
That you don't like him?
She goes, that I don't like him. Right. I said, why not? And she goes, because that would be mean.
Isn't that sweet? See, kids are cool.
It gets better. I go, well, when's your birthday anyway? She goes, July.
She'll probably forget all about it by then.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
So.
That's okay. Yeah. That's sweet.
My holidays are going to be a bit different this year. It's just, I think I expect to work on them. Even though I have family here, I don't know. The financial thing takes a little bit of a burden.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
So It's just gonna be a quiet one. I don't really want to do anything extravagant. My brother-in-law's already like, so what time are you coming over for dinner on Christmas? And I'm like, I don't know. I have to figure out what my schedule is first, you know.
Well, but it won't be a school day, even
no,
internet-wise.
Yeah, no, not that one, not that schedule, but the other, the part-time job.
Oh.
I said that I was available.
Oh yeah.
Because I wasn't going to work in the online, and
yeah,
I
so
thought, well,
that.
I need to make some money somehow.
Right.
I mean, I get paid for that online anyway, but
no, I understand.
Make some extra dough for the new year. So anyway, it's just that I think for me the feeling this year is not as happy and gleeful as it has been in years past.
Well, you know, I mean, believe me, I know the feeling, but, you know, I mean, you remember where I spent last Christmas.
I do. We'll have to put the little tree up.
You know, yeah, we'll have to do. Oh yeah, for the next. Yes, absolutely, because it's sitting right there in the closet. There's nothing to pull it out, put it down, put it right there. Because this young lady brought me a Christmas tree in the hospital because she knew I was having a cancer operation in the hospital right around Christmas. I don't know if it wasn't Christmas Day, but it was close enough. It didn't matter.
It was close.
It was close, and it was, you know, it was really not, you know, the most exciting thing. It's not what you plan, if you catch my drift, all right. And she showed up totally unexpected with a little Christmas tree. So next shows we'll have the tree. That's good. We'll have to remember that. Don't let me forget. You know, when I send you that little confirmation email, remind me.
Put the tree up.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, I could put it right here. It would just go right in between us, but I don't know if it would mess up with the focus. So put it back there.
It would mess up with the focus, I think.
Okay, what time is it now? Okay, well, we're really pretty good. You know, we're coming
kind of
up.
like out of things to talk about, I feel like.
Really? Well.
My cats got, two of my cats got their pictures taken today.
How come?
I won a free photo shoot in 8x10.
You kidding?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I answered a question on Facebook.
Wow. So what does it mean? Somebody actually came to your house to shoot?
No. I went to the location.
Oh, cool.
I went to like the little studio, and I had Manny and Gandalf. Right. I was gonna bring all six, but all six in a new location are cool. But Manny had Manny and Gandalf, and we set them up, and they took lots of pictures. And she was kind of showing me on her camera what they looked like, some of them, and they were just so darn cute. My cats are so well behaved.
Well, you know, I mean, and they've probably been raised good. I bet you're a good mother.
I am. I'm a good mom.
I bet you are.
My
I'm not
nephew
surprised.
Sometimes calls me mom.
Really, that's cute.
He goes, mom.
Aunt, my mom, aunt.
I'm waiting for the moment where they're gonna turn to Adam and say Uncle Adam. They asked me one time, my nephew asked me, are you and Adam ever going to get married? Right. And Adam happened to be standing next to me, and I looked at him and I said, your turn. And he just went, what?
What?
And so I'm done answering that question.
Repeat that again?
I answer that one all the time for him. As I'm done, your turn.
Well, now, so Nick, this for those of you watching us in New York City, today is December 5th.
Yes.
So the Christmas season is totally here. We're going to close this week's show with the story and the song, The Grey Wizard of Mine. And I hope you enjoy it. It was a lot of fun to do. And it was fun telling the story because you get a better idea of why the wizard was born for me, you know, because it was a method and a reason for it to come. And so I included that. And then next week we'll go to the Very Merry Christmas DVD. And you know, any of the music that you see on this show, if you want it, all you got to do is send us an email and ask for it and give us your mailing address, and we'll mail it to you. It doesn't cost you a cent. I'm happy to do it. You know, I'm happy to do it. Hello, Gene O'Brien. Hello, Mackenzie. Happy holidays to everybody that watches the show. We really appreciate it. We're over 2,100 views now.
Nice.
It's doing really good. I have the what's it called about the story behind the songs. Playhouse 19. Oh,
they're all going to be up there now.
Yeah, and I wanted to share. Yeah, I wanted to share with you that if those of you that watch us on YouTube, we've upgraded to MPEG-4, and it really looks better. It really turned out pretty good. Okay, so we have 20 seconds to say goodbye, which is just about enough time when you think about it.
Do something good every day. Volunteer at your local animal shelter.
That's right.
And have a very happy holiday season.
Yes, have a very happy holiday season, and ciao. Bye.
And you guys, some of you probably went through this. When I was a young person, about 17, 18, 19 years old, I lived in, I guess I was in the city right away, but before I went to the city, I was in Glen Cove, and the Beatles came out, and that's why I'm going to do this next song, but I'm going to tell you why first. Well, I grew my hair long, like the Beatles. I was in a band, and Glen Cove, the quiet little suburb of, was not quite prepared for this eventuality, okay, with this long hair. And we had a conflict, you see, the school and I, and, well, you see, they wouldn't let me graduate on the platform unless I cut my hair. Now, I was playing in a band. Okay, I went to her, I told my mom. I said, you know, Mom, hey. She didn't care. You don't have to cut your hair. She tried to talk to them. They didn't want to hear. Then so the principal says to me, he says, well, you know, if you don't cut your hair, you ain't going to be able to graduate on that stage. I've been on stage every damn day of the week. It didn't matter to me, you know. It's just another one, you know. I have to wear that gown, you know. So, we ain't going there, okay. So the short version is, he said, well, you know, if you don't cut your hair, you're going to have to come here the next day and you'll get your diploma. Yes, great, you know, it's okay with me. I wasn't happy. But the point that I'm trying to make is, in those days, if you had your hair long, you were a commie, faggot, hippie, pinko. That's what you were. And it didn't matter whether you were or not. Your hair was long. You're one of them. Do you know what I mean? That great line Jack Nicholson has in Easy Rider, you know, and he says, you know, well, people are all for change, except when they see it and then they get scared. Okay? So here I am, communist, faggot, hippie, pinko, all that stuff, because I had long hair. I said, no way. I don't want to just have people look at me and decide what the hell I am. So I took a novel approach. Enter the Wizard. Now, I don't know if you can see that picture. This is a cloak, arms, you know, hat. Now, let me tell you something. You put that stuff on, and you walk around the streets of New York City. There may be 8 million people there, but they're all on the other side of the street. Because they're not sure. You know what I mean? Because you might be catchy or something, you know. And here I am, the gray wizard of mine. I'm cruising down the street. Now, Legolas used to, God, where's Legolas? He's in Key Largo. Next time any of you go down to Key Largo, if you go find Legolas, you could please tell him, give me a call. He's up there in the picture. That's Legolas walking away from the camera. Legolas is Gary in Elven, all right? But I digress. Back to the matter is, here we are. No, the point I was going to tell you was, I said, Leg, you know, what's going on? He says, the reason people cross the streets is because you open that door and you come out with 4 German Shepherds. Well, I had to, yeah, I did, you know, we didn't use, you know. I used to cross the street, I'd walk to the street and go, boom, the dogs would cross. It was really, really great. Now, so I put that stuff on to force people to decide what I was. Now, I'm not going to suggest to you that they came up with a different answer, you know? And God, hey, think about what they really came up with, you know, that's really frightening. But the idea was, they had to decide. They couldn't just say, he is, ... You know? And even if they said I was a nutcase, I could care less. They decided I was a nutcase. They just didn't call me one. Now, but it matters. You know, see, people just, you know, if they think you're a jerk, you know, that's one thing, you know, but if they have to decide you're a jerk. Okay? Now, where am I going with all this? I'm going this, and those of you that have suffered through this before, understand that you notice I haven't had to tune the guitar a lot. And the reason is because I haven't been picking it up and putting it down. So the wizard's going to stay on the little stick. And if we go next door, if it's important, I'll put it on there, okay? But for right now, I'm in tune, you know? I mean, we want to stay in tune, okay? But we can still go there with an Elven song. When I became the wizard in 1970, I was reading the books, The Lord of the Rings. I don't need to talk a lot, but I just want you to have a little bit of background. So I read the Lord of the Rings, and in 1972, it wasn't like now, big movies and all that stuff, you know. It was for people who read. You know, what a concept, you know what I mean? It was like, wow, you read? Wow. Yeah, see? You know. So anyway, what did I like about Gandalf the Grey? He survived all the books. That was my criteria. He was in the first book, he was in the last book, he was still alive. My guy, okay. So, I know it sounds a little bit base, but now, bottom line is this. What happened was, so all of my people that I knew they all got elven names. Richard Kessler, the artist, became Bjorn. His wife, Evelyn, became Eowyn, and Arwen, and Galadriel, and Strider. Down from the Shire and Harberton Hills, over the Brandywine Bridge, further past Bree, down the Great East Road, and over the very last bridge, stopping at Rivendell, and then heading out misty mountain trail. The Grey Wizard and I, let me reflect on the many fine times we walked around, Strider and I, talking of the things that would happen to us. But oh, how the time seemed to fly. Fanghorn Woods, Legolas, Arwen and I, how the memories grow. But the Grey Wizard am I, Galadriel dear, are you listening? Ellen lady, can you hear that so deep into Mordor? Sometimes I have gone, seeing what evil can do, fighting the demons by playing their games, and losing some years of growth too. But I leave for Sauron this message with you, and for all evil too. The Grey Wizard am I. Now, you don't know this. I'm going to share something with you. And listen, there's no way I can possibly thank Doc, Diane, Budge, and all the people that come time and time again. I am a songwriter. You don't want me to stand up here and cry, okay? Without you people, I'm telling you, without you people that come and like my music, I am empty. I am a nothing.